All right, so the end of April, and my dad and I headed to the Santa Clara card show, and it is right in the shadows of Levi Stadium, and there were tons of autograph signers today. Lots of memorabilia at the show, as well as cards, which we'll see here in a minute, and even Joe Montana in the house signing autographs. So I headed right on over to the vintage tables and started checking things out, and came across this case of Gaudi's. Some really cool cards here. Asking a fair amount for them, but really nice condition, really cool cards. And it was case after case of cool stuff here. You got some 52 tops going on, some 50 Bowmans. Up at the top, we've got some more 50 Bowmans, some 48 Leafs, and then pretty much a whole case of 52 tops. Tons of cool vintage cards at this table. Wasn't a ton of vintage at this show. There's a pretty good mix of stuff. So you can see even dealers like this would have a case with some cool vintage like that Drysdale rookie, a 58 Mays, 61 Clemente, and then in the same case there would be some more modern stuff. Got a nice Montana rookie there to the left, a Bird and Magic second year, and again sitting side by side with some ultra modern stuff. Lots of value boxes. I started going through some of those early. You know, value boxes are all about how much work you want to put in, so I'm always down to go through those. And going through this box, a lot of more low-end common stuff, but then there'd be a star here and there. And as I continued to go through it, a Fergie Jenkins rookie card popped up, so I pulled this one aside. They're asking $20 for it. Looked pretty decent. After going through the rest of the box, I always go through the pile and give things a closer look. A lot of 65s in here, but then again, there's just a little of everything. And 60s, 59s, you can see a whole bunch of different things in there. Ended up not getting that Fergie Jenkins. Under a closer examination, it had a little crease in it, so I passed. Now this table had some museum quality stuff. You've got the Namath rookie, you've got a couple of Jordan rookies, you got that Andre the Giant and Duke rookie there for $10K in the middle, surfing legend. But check out this next couple of cases. You got an old Superman comic that's highly graded. You've got Ted Williams on a Sports Illustrated. You got a contract from Willie McCovey with Topps. But check out this next case. There were some big-time things in this one. You got the last Beatles performance full ticket. You've got a Babe Ruth signed, canceled check there. Unbelievable. Full signature, his full name. Right below it, you'll see a better look right here, is a Walter Johnson signed check. And then an Evel Knievel check. Unbelievable. And then his next case had a bunch of old Raiders checks, game player issue checks. Even a Ken Stabler there. Really cool to see those. Again, being in the Bay Area, you're going to see lots of Niner and Raider stuff. Got a couple of Mickey Mantles there. You got a nice Babe Ruth in there, 1921 Babe Ruth hand-cut card. Again, lots of cases where you'll literally have a Babe Ruth and a Reggie Jackson right next to some modern stuff. But I kept focusing on the vintage stuff. You got a nice Seaver second year. You can see a Bart Starr, a couple Bart Starrs in here, some 65s, a Clemente, an Aaron, a couple Clemente 65s, Mays, Rickey Henderson rookie. Rickey Henderson was in the house today signing autographs too. So there was a lot of Rickey Henderson stuff. Bo Jackson was also there today. made my way over to Craig, who always has some good stuff. I recently bought some of those 59 and 60 All-Stars from him at a recent show. Started going through this box that I had not seen him have at previous shows, so this is new inventory for me. A lot of 49 and 50 Bowmans off the bat there. It had some play balls and other things. Got some 51 Bowmans. And these were really nice condition, and his prices are always fair. He's always willing to work with you on the price as well. And then this Monty Irvin. This is a Monty Irvin rookie redback. Pretty decent condition. I mean, it's not going to get an 8 or a 9, but it's not bad. He's asking 49 on it, so I kind of put that one in the memory bank as I continued going through stuff. But that's technically one of his rookie cards. He's got a 51 Bowman rookie card, and then he's got the 51 Topps redback. Kept on going through his boxes. Got some 52 Topps in here, some 53 Bowman colors. You got all sorts of good stuff. 53 Topps. Some of the different years, he had tons of stuff. Kept making my way through, and I'm now in the 60s. Some nice All-Stars. A couple Eddie Matthews All-Stars for $40 was his asking, but again, he usually comes off his price a little. He got an Al Kaline All-Star. Again, these are 1960s. Lots of those. Again, a lot of raw stuff here with Craig. He's got his cases. He has some T206s over there too, but he always has a nice inventory of raw cards as well. And these postcards, I don't know. I've always kind of thought those were pretty cool. These, I'm pretty sure, are 61 post. There were some cool ones. I mean, Eddie Matthews on here for $20. These are tough because, they're hand cut, and so are they cut right. There's a Clemente post serial card. Again, pretty sure those ones were 61s. And then there were some 62s further back in the box, which I went through as well. These didn't have as many big names as the 61s did, but they're kind of cool. And I know there's a big, underground following of these cards. Now this card really caught my eye. This is 63. Look at the names on this card. You got Aaron, Mays, Banks, Cepeda, and Frank Robinson all on one card. So I just kept thinking about that card. I go, man, it's $40 and it looked pretty darn good. $40 for 5 Hall of Famers, and not just low-end Hall of Famers. Just some big names. I ended up pulling that one aside later and taking a really good look at it. $40 seemed a little high. My dad was there with me. I asked him to take a look at it. Again, that's from 63. It's definitely a gradable card, but the way that they're grading right now, I'm not sure how it would do. So now I'm into the 64s. I'm just going year by year. Now, Tommy John, that's a guy I featured recently on a video of a guy I think he's going to end up in the Hall of Fame. This is his rookie card here for $20. It's got a couple little dings on the back edges, but I kept thinking on that one. It's $20. Made my way all the way to the basketball section. And he got some pretty good price. I mean, this is Isaiah Thomas's rookie card. It's pretty off-center, but $20 for an Isaiah Thomas rookie card. And a little bit of an issue on the top right. Now, Spud Webb, this card screams my childhood. And then Dominique Wilkins rookie card raw, too. But that Spud Webb, man, it reminds me of my childhood and slam dunk contest. I just kept looking through these ones going, I don't know, how many of these am I going to... Should I grab some of these? I got to get some of these 86. I mean, But it is a pretty nice looking Spud Webb. Side to side centering's great. Top to bottom, not as great. But he was asking $8. But for me, whenever I'm at a card show, that's one of the times I'll buy some of these cards that I'd like to have, but they're not super expensive, like a Spud Webb rookie card. Because if you buy it on eBay, and you got these Roosevelt Browns now. I'm a sucker for these old school, in the trenches type guys. Got Hugh McElhaney, who's a local guy too, old 49er. But what I was saying is when you're in a card show and there's some less expensive cards like a Roosevelt Brown rookie or a Spud Webb rookie, those are the times I buy those cards, because if you buy them online, it might be a $15 or $20 card, and then you got to pay for shipping. And the shipping might be $5 or $6, and then you got to pay some taxes depending on where you live. So all of a sudden, a $15 card is a $25 card. But if you buy it at a show, it's only $15. So a lot of the times at shows, I'll pick up those little knick-knack type cards that I've always wanted, but I don't want to pay half the price go towards shipping. So I'm always thinking about that. Had some nice Frank Giffords in here. Got some 59s, went through the 56s, 59s, 58s in there. Some really good stuff. Now I'm back in the 56s. Again, looking through them one more time because a couple of them were really, I was thinking on that Roosevelt Brown. He had two of them. One was 20, one was 30. Both looked pretty good to me. I've always wanted this card. Again, these old school guys like that paid their dues in the trenches, never got appreciation being linemen. I have a huge appreciation for this Frank Gifford. Really good player, but also longtime broadcaster. Passed away not that long ago. And then started looking through these here as well. Another Gifford card. Little too off center for me. I almost bit on that one.
For the stuff over here, right?
These old football cards, I am such a sucker for those. Joe Perry, another 49er running back. I met Joe Perry when I was about 9 at a local event. Pulled that one aside for a second, took a better look at it. I think he was just asking $10 for it, but it was pretty far off center. Went through them one more time. Again, that Gifford was working on me, so I decided to make my little pile and take it on over. And I ended up with 3 cards that I went over to Craig, and then my camera went down. So here's what I ended up with. Ended up with that Spud Webb rookie. Again, Spud Webb, a little short little player in the NBA, but man, he had speed and hops. Unbelievable in the slam dunk contest. So his asking price was $8. And get a better look at it. Again, side-to-side centering's great. This card doesn't have to be perfect for me. This is just going in my PC because it's a card I've wanted since I was a kid. And then I did end up pulling the trigger on one of those Roosevelt Browns. He was asking $20 on this. So 8 on the Spud Webb and then 20 on the Roosevelt Brown, which both of them's a little high. But again, he always comes down. So I'll tell you about the deal he ended up giving me. And here's a better look at it. Pretty darn nice card for a 56 football card. I mean, it's obviously not a card I'm going to get graded, but it's pretty solid. And then I ended up pulling the trigger on that Monty Irvin. Again, this is technically one of his rookie cards, the red back Monty Irvin, Hall of Famer. Cool card, little bit of an edge issue on the right, but pretty nice overall. if you ask me. He was asking $49 on that. So all in, he was asking, what was it, $77, I think. And he ended up selling them all to me for $60, which I thought was a super good deal. And I was happy to head home with those 3 treasures.